I want to start by defining a few identity terms. People define each of these identities in complex and varied ways, so these definitions are just a starting point for my brief presentation today. An asexual person is someone who doesn't experience sexual attraction. A gray asexual person is someone who experiences limited sexual attraction. A demisexual person is someone who experiences sexual attraction only after forming an emotional connection with someone. And these identities are often considered part of the ace spectrum. We sometimes define sexual orientation narrowly as who a person is sexually attracted to, but we also sometimes understand sexual orientation as something a little broader than this. Sexual orientation can include attraction, behavior, desire, and identity. It can also include elements of romance and intimacy beyond sexuality. This is consistent with how the American Psychological Association defines sexual orientation. My presentation title asks if asexual, gray asexual, and demisexual are distinct sexual orientations. We know already from listening to members of these communities that many people do use each of these words to describe their sexual orientation and do think of them as distinct identities. In the most important sense, then, I think we already have a clear answer to this question. My presentation, on the other hand, approaches this question from a different direction. My work sets out to address whether these three groups show different patterns on measures of identity, behavior, and attraction. This presentation draws on data generously shared with me by the ACE Community Survey Project, an annual survey of members of ACE spectrum communities. Today I'm using data from the 2018 survey, which included over 12,000 respondents who identified as asexual, gray asexual, or demisexual. All the findings I report here are significant on a p-value of less than 0.001. Along with identities like asexual and gray asexual, some ace spectrum individuals also use labels like straight or bisexual. They may use these common labels to talk about limited experience of sexual attraction or other facets of orientation. My work finds that the asexual group is the least likely of the three groups to use the labels straight, bisexual, and pansexual. Ace spectrum individuals also use romantic orientation labels to talk about experience of romantic attraction. My work finds that asexual individuals are the least likely to identify with labels of heteroromantic, biromantic, panromantic, or polyromantic. My work also finds that asexual individuals are the most likely of the three groups to identify as aromantic, gray asexuals are the most likely to identify as gray romantic, and demisexuals are the most likely to identify as demiromantic. Complementing this, my work finds that asexual individuals were the least likely to experience romantic attraction towards men, women, or people with non-binary genders, and the most likely to say that they do not experience romantic attraction. Gray asexual individuals were also more likely than demisexual individuals to say they do not experience romantic attraction. Turning to sexual behavior, my work finds that asexual individuals were the least likely to have ever had sex the least recently, if they ever had, and had the lowest frequency of sexual activity. Gray asexual individuals were also less likely to have had sex and had lower frequency of sexual activity than demisexual individuals. Intimate behavior includes dating and romantic activities more broadly. Asexual individuals were the least likely to currently be in a relationship or to have ever been in a romantic relationship. Gray asexual individuals were also less likely than demisexual individuals to be in a current relationship or to have previously been in a romantic relationship. Asexual individuals scored the lowest on 3 measures of sexual desire: sex drive, masturbation frequency, and personal disposition towards engaging in sexual activity. Gray asexual individuals also scored lower than demisexual individuals on 2 of these measures: sex drive and disposition. In conclusion, asexual, gray asexual, and demisexual individuals are distinct on multiple measures of identity, behavior, and attraction. Future research on ace spectrum communities should recognize these differences and be clear about which groups or identities they are studying in any given specific project. And if a project is looking at ace spectrum more broadly, it is important to ask about and report on specific ace spectrum identities. Asexual, gray asexual, and demisexual experiences may be different, and this should be examined and addressed directly. Thank you.